Hi, everybody, and welcome. Okay, I really try to stay away from arguments between YouTube creators, Bosie matters, bullying, doxing, trolling, etc. I do not even like complaining about the abuse I receive just like anyone else, like any other YouTube creator, because for me, it is part and parcel of being in the public domain. However, today, I feel I need to talk to you about some of this along with how it aligns with the royals, their followers, etc. Firstly, I woke up yesterday morning to discover that someone made a transcript of my Meghan Markle mental health video and posted it on Lipstick Alley as their own work. They did not ask my permission to make or publish the transcript. So this is pure, unadulterated plagiarism, or if you want to call it, stealing. But worse than that, and what hurts me most, is the fact that it was done by someone watching this channel. Now, I'm undecided as to whether I should waste my time to try and track this person, but I want you to know that it is not impossible. I have, however, reported this to the admin on Lipstick Alley, and if they choose to let me know who this person is, I will report them to YouTube and will have their IP address banned, which means that they will not be able to watch my channel nor watch any other channel on YouTube. Now, look, I am not an ogre and have, on a number of occasions, given people permission to use my drawings, to quote me, etc. All I'm asking for is one, common decency and good manners, and two, to be credited for my work. Okay, now moving on. I am utterly sick and bored of people accusing me of being an anti-monarchist because I am not. I respect Her Majesty the Queen. I adore Catherine, Anne, and Sophie, and even like William, even though I may criticize him from time to time. And even though I may give my opinion and criticize any of them at any time, if and when I don't agree with them, I still have books and memorabilia on the royal family collected over a long time. I would not have had this or done so if I was an anti-monarchist. So please, again, for those lurking in the shadows, grasping at straws to try and discredit me, you are failing and you will fail in the future because I have a life behind the scenes and many people who can and will vouch for me. And then I saw and received numerous email and messages accusing me of lying, saying that I'm making things up and that I don't have contacts, blah, blah, blah. Well, let me explain, like I did before. A large portion, probably the largest portion of my content is based on mainstream media articles, recent ones, as well as old ones dating as far back as the 70s. I also use books, ones that I've owned before I even started the channel, and ones I order at great expense or pick up secondhand in bookstores, etc. And then, to a much lesser extent, I also use content derived from information received from others. Whether I call them a source or a contact does not really matter, and nor does it matter to anyone who these sources or contacts are or where they are from. I take full responsibility for my content and what comes out of my mouth. So it is no one's business where or whom it came from. However, I do have nearly 26,000 subscribers from different countries, and I guarantee you that many of them live in the United States and United Kingdom. A few of those even live in Montecito, Santa Barbara, Los Angeles, New York, etc. And out of those few, for example, there is one who worked in the movie industry. When it comes to the United Kingdom, let's be realistic. We may all still believe in the fairy tale royalty of Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, but between all the castles and royal homes, charities, patronages, etc., the royals do not live in such a tight bubble as many would like to believe. Just using staff as an example, there are hundreds of them. Buckingham Palace, for instance, alone has about 400 people working there, and that is just counting household staff. These include domestic servants, chefs, footmen, cleaners, plumbers, chauffeurs, electricians. For Pete's sake, there are two people employed just to look after the 300 clocks. These people have wives, girlfriends, husbands, boyfriends, brothers, sisters, parents, friends. They have their hair cut. They go grocery shopping. All in all, they live normal lives outside their work environment, just like any of us. And like us, they gossip. And sometimes they gossip with me, or Yankee, or Murky, or Lady C, or Neil Sean. And sometimes they even do so because they did not like what I or one of the other said about one of the royals. So they gossip in defense of a royal, or because they may sincerely feel that the truth, sometimes their interpretation of the truth, I must admit, needs to be told. I have literally heard Lady C say on some of her videos that she spoke to so and so, sometimes not naming names, but purely indicating that this person is close to the royal family or someone in certain circles. Well, I have a few times received email from persons who were honest and told me they send info to Lady C first, but she wouldn't touch it, and therefore they are sending it to me. Or they send Murky or Taz or Yankee or Trevor or River or whoever, but they did not respond, so they are sending it to me. There are people who tried to send information to newspapers or Piers Morgan, but because they did not get a reaction, they CC'd it to me instead. And lo and behold, there are people who actually like and trust me. The point is that regardless of why or how a handful of people send me tips or information, people talk. And it would be pretty ignorant of people to think that out of 26,000 people who are subscribers and thousands of others who watch and do not subscribe, no one ever sends me an email or a DM. I, after all, publish my email address in almost every video that I put up. So, my dears, there goes that theory of all the haters and shit stirrers. Okay, and now after that video on Meghan and her mental health, I even got people now saying that I made the video because Meghan told me to, as she's looking for sympathy or an excuse for her bad behavior. I actually wanted to can myself laughing when I read that. Well, no, that is far, very far from the truth, unless mental illness renders someone incapable of being able to distinguish between right and wrong. Mental illness is not an excuse for bad behavior, not legally or otherwise. Many people in our daily lives suffer from some form of mental illness, diagnosed and undiagnosed. And it may very well be your grocer, your teacher, your priest or minister, even your doctor. But most people function normally in public. Personality disorders are not an excuse for bad behavior either, and even less of an excuse for bad behavior. I'm quite confident in guessing that most of us have experienced jealousy and anger, frustration, etc., regardless of whether we suffer from a personality disorder or not. And I also guess that very few of us had ever thrown a cup of tea at someone or even bit someone because we know it is wrong, because we know it is not acceptable behavior. So, no, I am not working for Meghan nor Sunshine Sacks, and I am not making excuses for her. Okay, my dears, that's it for now. A very short video, just doing some house cleaning. But I'll be back in an hour or two with another video. So until we meet again on that one, take good care of yourselves. Bye for now.